Greetings pilot and welcome to X4 Foundation 7.0 beta. Let's hear what Reno Mara has to say.
So, what do you say? At Tigva, I've not had it easy in the years gone by. We traded with whoever was willing. They were chaotic times and Scaleplate gave us an opportunity to grow. The Argon simply offer better trade and security prospects than Scaleplate ever could. I've known Dahl for several years now. He's a very cunning and skilled analyst. When I was tasked to expand our trade operations, get closer to the Argon, I knew I needed him on board. Unfortunately, the Scaleplate Pact has proven to be rather erratic. Glad to hear it. I'll let Dahl know. Just follow his instruction and you'll be fine. Why don't you go chase Dahl down? I'm sure he'd want to show off his ship.
Ah, Captain. Welcome aboard my ship. She's a beauty, isn't she? She's equipped with the best surveillance and computing technology around, and you couldn't ask for a better crew. Handpicked them myself. So, what can I do for you? I'm here to give Hatikva options on how to deal with their scaleplate problem. I specialize in analyzing and resolving troublesome situations, but to do that, I need reliable information. The Hatikva Free League has spent a lot of effort getting closer to the Argon Federation, as well as presenting itself as an up-and-coming economic power. It was decided that dealings with Scaleplate were to be scaled down in order to smooth any relations with local law enforcement. Scaleplate has taken this as an affront to their operations in the area. Now they want to play dirty. Eager to get started? How about we give you a nice, simple task to begin with? We need more information regarding Scaleplate supply lines and distribution methods. Anything to help us in predicting their movements and behavior. It's also something the local law enforcement would be interested in knowing. You'll be acquiring that data from one of their stations. For that, you'll need a computer worm to confuse their security protocols. Lucky for you, we can have one prepared in no time. You'll need a nimble ship, perhaps a scout, just in case you need to get out of there quick. We'll send you the worm program when it's ready.
We're going to put this mission onto the back burner, going to jump over to the Pioneer missions because I'm going to do a mission for them and then sell some of our ships that we no longer need.
The safest method of delivery is through an external vulnerability. You can usually find some on poorly maintained stations. We leave it up to you which station to target. Just let the program do its thing.
But first we'll pop over to Argon Prime and run a faction mission. Towards the end of last week's episode, I picked up a mine laying mission. Might as well get it completed while I'm next to Argon Prime.
Successfully docked. Welcome.
Very simple, deploy 3 mines in the target area. So I just need to buy 3 mines. The minefield mission is going to pay out 48,000 credits, but the mines themselves are going to cost us 27,000 credits. But it's a quick and easy mission and I'm more interested in the faction reputation gain that it'll give us. We're very close to getting a faction standing of 10, which opens some more opportunities for us.
Requesting permission to dock. Docking permission granted.
Thank you.
Well, that's quick and easy. I'm at the mission site already. Just got to lay these 3 mines by the gate. When dropping mines, don't spam all of them at once because they'll land on each other and explode and destroy your ship. Well, that's the Federation faction mission completed. We're now going to pick up 10 antimatter cells for the Pioneers mission we're about to do.
Illegal data on drone detected.
Yeah, I'll take that free loot, thank you very much.
Requesting permission to dock. Docking permission granted.
Docking granted. Successfully docked.
Welcome.
As you see, no faff, no messing around. I just need 10 cells. Touch and burn, let's go.
How wonderful. You are here to deal with that sensor-distorting ship? Your much-anticipated arrival fills me with considerable relief and delight.
We use the long-range scanner to track down the errant ship.
Okinawa. Research.
Comms channel open. One moment, please.
Greetings. I am Dr. Rick Feynman, Chief Scientist of the Oberth and in charge of Project Genesis. Wait, I know you, don't I? Mr. Heiken, is it really you? You worked for us at the station. We didn't expect biological matter to have survived this transition. As I was saying, we are looking into how this station got here. Our research vessel is currently observing anomalies in gravimetric shears in this region. We are currently lacking antimatter cells to complete our observations. If you can organize a delivery to this vessel, we'll be able to greatly advance our timetable.
It seems that they are researching the same anomaly which brought the station over here. Most of the gravimetric charge dispersed during that event, but they brought quite an array of equipment to examine the traces. Let us hope that this satisfies their curiosity and leads to their departure.
Docking granted. Successfully docked.
Thank you for your continued assistance. We need your help in putting this antimatter to good use. We will need ships at the specified locations to initiate a synchronized long-range scan. We will be enlisting, but if you have any friends who could join us, now would be a good time to ask them along.
Oops, I did not need to get out of my ship, did I?
Callisto. Sentinel.
Just send 2 ships to the designated places, and then I get to take on the 3rd place.
Callisto. Sentinel.
This mission is the reason I saved the ships I acquired via the storyline. I wanted to guarantee that I had the ships when I needed them.
Awaiting orders. awaiting orders. It looks like you're positioning your ship for the synchronized scan. Please try to be precise. We don't want junk readings cluttering up our database. Once you initiate the scan from your ship, the other captains will follow your lead. Very good. We are receiving the data stream. We've got what we were after. Thank you for your support. We're far from home, short on hands, and have additional tasks which need doing. Please meet me on our ship to discuss our next steps.
My silicon miner in second contact has paid out again.
Docking granted. Successfully docked.
I'm going to send the ships to Argon Prime Wharf for refitting, sale or wear exchange. I'll join them there after I finish this mini story arc with the Pioneers. And I'll go to speak to Dr. Fenman and accept the next stage of the mission.
Greetings. Losing access to our research facility was what prompted this expedition. You, of course, witnessed this firsthand. Now we have not only located our facility, but also taken precautions. If it disappears from under our noses again, we won't have such a hard time tracking it down. You must surely have heard stories about the Boron, once known as a wise and noble people. The community of planets hasn't heard anything from them in quite a while, so we don't know what happened to them after the gate shut down, or even if there are any of them left out there. However, one of them is still among us, and from what we can gather, he is a renegade and has turned criminal. Can't really blame him. If I were trapped in the midst of Agnu societies for decades, I too would be tempted to take advantage, one way or the other. This one chose to take our station to reside in. Anything else? We've prepared some software which will help us regain access, but our ship isn't really inconspicuous enough to plant it on our station. The malware should be subtle enough to go unnoticed by the current occupant. It will be your job to plant it at this location, identified by our analysts. According to the annotation on the station plans, there should be a signal leak next to what looks like either a valve or a window, but you'll find out when you get there.
Assistant, what in the name of the Queen do you think you are doing here? Will this help the vexatious ship to conclude its interfering business? Well, I suppose it will. In that case, please be so kind as to infiltrate the station with their malware so that I can take a look at it. Assistant, I have fabulous news indeed. I took a look at their malware, and I'm quite sure I have figured out what the Zagarian researchers are after. I am sending you the file I prepared for them. Please deliver it to their chief scientist with my best regards.
What is it now? What is this? He gave you our research? Unbelievable! But you were supposed to plant software. How did that happen? I clearly underestimated this boron and his capabilities. This means we can continue with Project Genesis. It is our uttermost priority. We'd better not make an enemy of the boron, so we'll leave him in possession of our station for the time being. We'll have to come back better prepared if we want to recover our station. I didn't think we'd make progress this fast. Regardless, we could do with a little more of your assistance. You'll be helping one of our associates in acquiring research that is vital to Project Genesis. An independent scientist. Let me contact them.
Oh.
Greetings. We are sending you the pilot you requested.
Is this creature qualified?
Yes. No, don't worry. This one's at least a 2-star pilot.
Expecting him at the experiment site.
Okay, he is heading your way. That's settled. Report to Kuramon Kami. They are experimenting
Hello
with
there.
a phenomenon in the void and will instruct you on your part once you get there. This may seem unconnected at first, but rest assured, you are helping mold our future. It seems that you are missing crucial spacesuit equipment. Take this with you. It will be useful later on.
They are hoping to colonize a planet as a new home for their people. The Terrans once meddled with such terraforming technology, which resulted in the creation of the Xenon. Let us hope that the Cigarra's pioneers are not repeating their mistake.
I do like the reward for the next mission. The reward is a ship, the Moira, and I spend most of my time in it on most of my playthroughs.
Callisto. Sentinel.
But first we have business at Argon Prime. We need to sell all the ships that we no longer need.
Docking granted. Successfully docked. Welcome. Welcome.
To make the maximum amount of money, I'm going to sell the modules or downgrade them and sell them off, and then sell the hull on its own. Anything I still deem useful, like wares, satellites, nav beacons, etc., I'll transfer to the Kukri. Captains and service crew will also be transferred as not to waste any valuable resources. I mean, people, staff even. $306k for the modules there. While we're waiting on the Callisto, we'll strip all the modules out of the Kestrel. I have both navigational beacons, satellites, etc., and some crew to transfer out to this ship.
Please contact the Dockmaster if you have any on board.
355,000 credits added to the coffers. So I'm going to transfer the crew and the captain to the Osprey Vanguard. And here we transfer the nav beacons, resource probes and satellites. That should have given the crew of the station enough time to strip the parts out of the Callisto, and we can sell her now. This ship's hull sells for 144k.
Warning. Explosive materials can be hazardous. Please contact the Dockmaster if you have any on board.
Can I help? Affirmative.
We get 181,000 credits for the hull of the Kestrel. Having made all that money, I upgrade the police scanner in the Osprey.
Requesting permission to dock. Docking permission granted.
Very well. I will use all of my past experience to deliver the best and safest improvements to weapon technologies. This place, however, is hardly a weapon development facility. Fortunately, I know where my split captors kept a cache of weapon equipment.
Just stacking another mission on the to-do list. Now that I've got my cash reserves up to 2.1 million, it's time to improve my passive income. To do that, I'm going to add a transporter to my player HQ so they can sell the E-cells for the best price they can find. But if more E-cells are produced than I can possibly sell, the other traders will still come in and buy them at 12 credits each. The trader they attach to the player HQ will also allow me to buy materials for the other research missions. For example, the teleportation missions always need energy cells, but also require other wares which the transporter will pick up as and when they have free money. Yep, I'm splashing 1.2 million on this transporter. Even though I'm going to attach it to my player HQ, it doesn't mean I can't pull it out and use it for other purposes as well, as and when needed. For example, when I start building my own stations or building stations under contract. I'm going to rename the transporter Player HQ E-Cell Trader, so I know what it does and where it's attached to. If I ever get any messages about this ship, I know where and what it's supposed to be doing. It really does make your business empire management so much easier doing simple things like that. And then I just tell the transporter to trade for the player HQ. Its work orders will now be sorted out automatically. Well, it's time to continue with the Pioneers mission arc and go and help the freelance scientist.
Docking granted. Entering system. The Void.
Oh, welcome. You must be the new assistant. Let us put you right to work, huh? Take note of the locational information I'm about to transmit to you. My other assistant, your colleague of sorts going forward, is currently testing a new alloy composition with magnetic shielding, which should protect her from the hazardous zone she is currently in. However, she seems to be having trouble with other onboard systems and has not yet been able to escape the caustic cloud. Apparently, the radiation messes with the navigation systems. Otherwise, she could have simply left at any point. Do Do not worry. Her supplies are quite sufficient to hold out for quite some time. If she complied with her task instructions, she should have left navigational beacons around the hazardous zones before conducting this experiment. Locate them and find out what frequencies she's monitoring in order to establish a contact.
A rescue mission. I can barely contain my excitement. We should hurry to save the research findings and the assistant from their unfortunate position.
Use your long-range scan to locate the nav beacons, but be careful to stay clear of the hazardous region, eh? It seems your colleague was exceptionally cautious, and I advise you to be the same. She installed protective measures to deter meddling Terrans and other criminals. As long as you appear non-threatening, no harm should befall either your mechanical or your biological vessel. If you lack nav beacons, you'd better pick some up. We'll need them later to establish a link to your colleague.
Well, I took a lot less damage there than I expected to. Time to re-engage and take out those laser towers. Time to get in a little bit closer to see if I can start downloading the data. 2 of 3 navigation beacons data downloaded. On to the final one.
This wreckage before you is what is left of your predecessor's ship. As you can see, he was not proficient enough to navigate this dangerous space. Needless to say, he was relieved of his duties after that incident and sent to join a maintenance crew. Let this be a cautionary tale to you, Assistant, for you will need to avoid his mistakes if you do not wish to share his fate.
I am backing up very quickly and trying to remember how do you target a mine. I can't remember, it normally does it automatically as far as I'm aware.
Danger.
Well, that did less damage than I expected. It's probably because I'm sat behind 3 Mark II shields. It looks like I'll be able to face tank a few of those mines as long as I take them one at a time.
Danger.
calibrated nav beacons to use as fixed points to navigate her way out of her misery. Push a nav beacon into the hazardous area so that your colleague can receive the signal. Be aware that your nav beacons will probably suffer corrosion themselves, so it might take a few attempts.
The plan is to charge towards the toxic area. Once I hit the toxic area is to release a nav beacon and then back out as quickly as I can. I'm going to add drop nav beacon to my quick access menu to make my life as easy as possible. The last 2 times I've done this mission, I've done it in a scout ship, so I've had to be far more careful with my piloting. It's nice being sat behind all these shields for a change. Took a bit of finding, but we're now ready. Well, we've hit full speed at 171 meters per second. As soon as we start taking damage, we can release a nav beacon and hit reverse thrust.
Danger. Hazardous region detected. Target acquired.
This experiment was a thorough success. Ah, the alloy composition protected the system's inside from any damage. The minor navigational issues should not pose a problem once you join my assistant as pilot. Huh? Once you're ready, leave your ship somewhere safe and join my other assistant. The 2 of you will make a great expedition team.
Osprey, Vanguard. Hull damaged. Hull damaged. Hull damaged. Hull damaged. Hull damaged.
Okay, I get the message you want repairing.
Damaged. Morea.
There are many ships I've enjoyed flying in the X series, whether it was the Boran Barracuda back in X2, the Dragon, or the Terran Spring Blossom, but I think this geometric owl is my favourite.
Welcome, pilot number 3.
Very good. It appears you two are ready for the next field test.
Affirmative.
Take note of the locational information I'm about to transmit to you. This ship, you see, was built for an archaeological expedition. It will survive the radiation inside the Taurus wreckage. Additionally, the systems inside are built to interface with the old Terran hardware and software. The modified Mark 7 computational unit will be able to extract the terraforming data that our mutual researcher friend is yearning for. Be warned that the Terrans might not be too keen on us, rummaging through their forgotten garbage pile. I purchased a forged ship ID, which will allow you two to reach the Taurus wreckage without questions being asked. If you can avoid patrols, that is. You can download the forged ID at a station and apply it directly to your ship. My business partner, you see, was very eager for anonymity.
Well, let's go and pick up our fake ID then.
Entering system. Getsofune. Cover activated. Terran Protectorate.
Good, good. Now you two should pass as Terran Agricultural Police, or whatever they be. But do not get complacent. You will still need to avoid Terran military patrols. The larger ships in particular are equipped to recognize odd signature readings at sensor reach. Let's just say that not all of the modules you are equipped with are exactly legal in this space. But please, do reach the Taurus wreckage eventually.
Well, we're all set up for the next episode where we go to the Taurus Eternal segment. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed the episode and thank you very much for watching this far, and hopefully I'll see you on the other side.